firefighters quickly spot the vehicle. It's dangling precariously over a cliff.
That thing's hanging by twigs and spiderwebs.
The firefighters immediately start the rescue, rappelling down to save the driver and his daughter. A firefighter signals the driver to roll down the window. The firefighter tells the girl to unbuckle and move closer to her. She needs to secure her with a safety rope, but she's frozen with fear and time is running out.
What if I move? I could fall.
You have to go!
Listen to me. I'm not gonna let you fall, okay? Just need you to unbuckle your seat.
Just then, the firefighter notices the cartoon character on her shirt.
You're gonna close your eyes, unbuckle your seatbelt, and follow the sound of my voice, okay?
As the firefighter begins to sing, the girl finally unbuckles and reaches out to her. The girl is successfully pulled to safety. Meanwhile, the firefighter guides the driver to free himself using a tool.
It's going, right? It's going! Grab my shoulder! Let's go, let's go!
The firefighter grabs the man, then hauls him to safety with lightning speed. The car plummets into the abyss and erupts into a massive fireball. Against all odds, every life was saved. A total miracle.
The dog unexpectedly brought back a severed hand, terrifying its owner. They immediately dialed 911. The dispatcher asked them to check if the hand was still warm. The mother was too scared to touch it. However, the daughter picked it up and felt it was indeed warm, indicating the hand had been severed not long ago. The dispatcher instructed them to put the hand in a plastic bag and keep it refrigerated. Soon, the firefighters arrived. After examining it, they found the wound was rough, suggesting it might have been blown off. Just then, a boy appeared, looking nervous, with one hand hidden inside his shirt. While the firefighters were distracted, he grabbed the cooler and ran. The firefighter immediately chased after him. In his panic, the boy tripped and fell. The firefighter discovered the boy was missing a finger. The boy confessed he had been playing with fireworks with his friend, but an accident had happened. The paramedic found the boy's friend in the car. While he was treating him, he pulled a finger out of his pocket and said he had managed to save it. These two really had a deep brotherly bond. However, the firefighter was confused.
Why didn't you call 911?
My mom's on the neighborhood council. She's responsible for cracking down on illegal fireworks.
Awkward.
A harmonica stuffed in her mouth. It hurt so much that she could only speak by blowing air, but her friend's first reaction was to pull out her phone to live stream it.
Dude, are you live streaming this?
It just seems a waste not to.
The firefighters were speechless. Since that's the case, they might as well let her 8 fans see it. Don't stuff everything in your mouth, or you'll end up like this girl, looking like a fool while being watched by the crowded, with lubricant on her lips. The scene of her mouth open, with the pliers looked ridiculous.
Make you act foolish in front of people that you love. Tell you that they love you back, but you just take it from me. TikTok will ruin your dang life.
What?
Okay.
The girl's nose was cut off. Surprisingly, the culprit was a drone. Just moments ago, a girl sat in agony on the ground. Firefighters carefully removed the towel from her face. The troublemaker behind it all was the brat next door. The firefighters, busy bandaging the girl, paid him no mind.
I heard this buzzing noise, like a swarm of bees heading straight for me.
The immediate priority was to find her lost nose, or else treatment couldn't proceed. They assured the girl her nose could be reattached.
Should be able to reattach.
Suddenly, the boy restarted the drone.
Hey! I see you, Wesley!
The firefighters were quite angry and smashed the drone down.
Playtime is over!
Seeing the drone on the ground, to prevent it from causing further harm, they decided to eradicate it completely.
Oh my God.
Get it out! Get it out! Get it out! Get it out!
The firefighter asked the girl what she was holding. The little girl lowered her right hand, revealing a fishhook hanging from her eyelid. The situation was quite tricky. The firefighter helped the girl lie down on a nearby recliner and asked her again to remove her hand covering her eye. It seemed they needed to separate the bait from the hook before she could be taken to the hospital. The girl was so scared that she kept gasping. The firefighter reassured her, promising it wouldn't hurt at all, but she must stay perfectly still, like a statue. Then, the firefighter carefully removed the bait.
Good.
You're doing great.
Praising her for being so brave, she gently helped her sit up. They still had one more thing to do, but since the eyes always moved together, to keep the injured eye still, they needed to cover the uninjured eye as well. The girl obediently closed her eyes. The firefighter fashioned a small padding with gauze, and gently secured the fishhook in place. The assistant carefully wrapped the gauze layer by layer. Finally, the two of them helped the girl up, and escorted her to the hospital.
Big bills only, and make it quick. I got a date waiting.
Joey and Vivi meet through a dating app. Joey asks to meet in person. Vivi drives over to pick him up. Their conversation is a bit flirty.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not looking for boring. Something with a little adventure.
You like chips?
Spicy. I hate bland.
Me too.
Joey actually enters a convenience store with a gun. Joey rushes back into the car. Vivi is terrified. Joey claims it's just a toy water gun. The shop owner comes out with a real shotgun. Vivi quickly drives away to escape. The police receive the alarm and start tracking the car. Vivi starts complaining about why Joey did this. Joey doesn't feel guilty at all.
Yeah, that's that excitement.
Isn't that what you've been looking for? Adventure? Something to take your breath away?
Vivi starts overtaking other cars recklessly, until the accident happens. A truckload of bricks buries the car completely. Firefighters rush to the scene to rescue them. Joey is still conscious and is quickly pulled out. Vivi, however, is pinned under the bricks and loses consciousness.
Pulse 160 is thready, but it's there.
How's her pressure?
Pressure's 90 over 50. I think she's bleeding internally.
The firefighters work hard to lift Vivi out of the car. They start performing chest compressions. Luckily, she finally wakes up. Vivi doesn't blame Joey at all after waking up. Instead, she actually gives him her phone number. Even the cop find it unbelievable. The couple is casually chatting. In the next second, luckily, the woman who crashed is actually a paramedic. The moment she regains consciousness, she instantly switches into work mode, and starts taking control of the scene. First she calls for backup, then she immediately jumps in to save lives.
Hey, you! Help me with this extraction! Everyone else! Get back in your cars! Get back in your cars! Turn your hazards on! Leave me a clear path for emergency vehicles! Get back!
Once the situation is under control, she walks over to the crashed vehicle. With just one look, she realizes the driver ran the red light because of cardiac arrest. She pulls him out and starts CPR right away. At that moment, a woman runs over, asking if she can help.
No, it's okay. I'm a paramedic.
The man fell into a hole. The firefighter had just secured the rope for him.
Malani, what's your status?
I'm working on it, but he's a little mouthy.
Just now, the man was playing golf on the rooftop, but suddenly, white smoke started coming out of the golf machine. He bent down to check it, then the ground started shaking. He held onto the statue tightly, but didn't expect a big fire to suddenly shoot up from below, melting the statue and pulling him down with it. When the firefighter arrived, the temperature in the hole was already 200 degrees Celsius. The firefighters quickly went down to rescue him, but because of the heat, the man's skin had already stuck to the statue. If they didn't get him out soon, he would have turned into a melted ice cream. So, even though the man lost some skin, at least he saved his life. But why was there a volcano on the roof? The man's head was stabbed by an ice skate, yet he was still comforting his child.
Just be strong and do what they say, boy, okay?
Okay.
The firefighter told the child not to move, and waited for the count of 1, 2, 3. Before removing the foot, the firefighter cut the laces, and carefully pulled the child's foot out of the skate. The shoe was successfully removed. The firefighter then told the onlookers to get a towel. The father told his son to go help. As soon as the son walked away, the father...
Am I gonna die? I don't wanna die.
It turned out the father had been pretending to be strong in front of his son, but inside, He was terrified. The firefighter could only reassure him they would save him. After securing the man's head and the skate, the firefighter quickly rushed him to the hospital.
Can someone help us?
Up here.
Oh my god.
Their handcuffs got stuck, so they had no choice but go the fire department. Before they can even get their cloth on, the boy quickly asks the firefighters not to call their parents.
My dad's a cop. These are his. He'll kill me if he finds out I was using them for homework.
Firefighters just want to tease them, saying that if they need to amputation, they'll have to tell their parents. But the girl suddenly has a seizure from all the stress before, collapsing to the floor. The firefighters start giving her first aid.
Did she take any meds? I don't know.
Did you know her parents' phone number?
Unfortunately, no.
Do you know her name?
Of course I know her name. I love her.
On the way in the ambulance, one of the firefighters realizes about why the girl not want to tell her boyfriends about her illnesses.
Because you don't want him to think there's anything wrong with you?
The girl finally admits it. The boy looks at her gently and says,
Dara, baby, you can tell me anything. A medical condition is not embarrassing. The athlete's foot I've been hiding from you is embarrassing. I love you. Don't ever do that to me again, okay?
The foam gradually covers the unconscious man. He could barely breathe. Just moments ago, the man helped with his sister's house renovations, trying to spray a layer of soundproofing foam on the house. Due to lack of experience, man ignores high voltage alert on machine. In the chaos, he accidentally trips over the hose, falls into a coma. The machine's constant spray of foam covered the man. The firefighters couldn't find him because the foam is insulated and soundproof. They had to use tools to poke at the ceiling, trying to find where he is.
Vincent! Vincent!
They finally locate him. To get him out, they decide to cut a piece of the ceiling. They remove the wooden boards, finally see the man trapped in the foam. He's quickly lifted onto a stretcher to hospital. Mother suddenly faints. The boy immediately starts chest compressions on his mom, but what should he do now? Just a moment ago, his mom suddenly felt like she couldn't breathe.
Give me a glass of water.
The boy quickly calls 911 and tells them his name and address.
Mom, please. Mom, you have to wake up.
Following the operator's instructions, he first lays his mom flat on her back. Then he begins chest compressions, but accidentally breaks one of her ribs.
I didn't mean to.
You just need to keep going.
The boy keeps pressing on until the firefighters arrive. They ask the boy to step outside, then begin rescuing his mom. It turns out that when a heart attack happens, even if ribs are broken, you can't stop. After all, a rib is easier to fix than a life. The boy stands outside, too scared to speak, until the firefighters finally get his mom's heartbeat back.
I heard her. I didn't mean to.
You did everything right. I think you probably saved her life.
What a brave boy. Handsome firefighter is fighting the fire. Suddenly, the man was suddenly flung out. The people below were stunned. Thankfully, the safety rope caught the unconscious firefighter, preventing him from falling. Seeing his bro's life hanging by a thread, the muscular firefighter rushed to save him, but by this time, the handsome firefighter had already passed out.
Fuck! Can you hear me?
He had no choice but to slowly lower the rope, and first bring Buck down. After 12:34 minutes, the handsome firefighter was placed on a rescue stretcher. He had no pulse. His heart had completely stopped. Jim had to perform CPR on him, but Buck still showed no signs of waking up. They had no choice but to urgently transport Buck to the hospital. A terrible car accident occurs. After firefighters pry open the door, one of them suddenly feels the umbilical cord.
Could the baby have been ejected?
The pregnant woman was about to give birth, but on her way to the hospital, the crash happened. The force of the impact triggered her labor. She delivered the baby inside the car. The woman is on the outboard side. She is quickly lifted out after firemen unload the door, but the baby's location is difficult to determine.
You've got 2, maybe 3 minutes before the baby's brain dead.
As the mother is lifted out, the umbilical cord is exposed.
Listen up, Cap. That's the main blood supply.
The captain crawls underneath the car, while another firefighter uses tools to lift the vehicle slightly. At last, He feels the baby's tiny foot, pulls the baby out and holds him. Several firefighters quickly cut the umbilical cord.
I can't tell if he's breathing, but he's not crying.
Finally, the baby lets out his first cry.
Welcome to the world, kid.
The firefighters place the baby in the mother's arms, and mother and child are finally reunited. A woman stands on a billboard. When the firefighters bring in the inflatable mat, she pulls out a weapon and pops it. She didn't even spare the firefighters. It wasn't until her husband showed up that she finally put the weapon down. What happened to her?
I've been a mother for 18 years, and now that Zach's gone, I don't remember who I was before that.
Turns out, ever since they had a child, they hadn't been close. They went from lovers to family, but didn't know how to go back. At that moment, her husband played the music they first listened to together. It turns out he never forgot the girl who drank 9 bottles of beer at the music festival. Even though she wasn't as young anymore, his love for her hadn't changed one bit.
I see the girl I love!
They made up like nothing ever happened, but the wife still had to face prison time. Do you remember who you used to be? The doctor rolled up her sleeve, found a 10 centimeters wound on the girl's arm. The doctor asked if she was being bullied, but she said she did it to herself, because she has superpowers, and doesn't feel pain. To prove it, she pulled the nails out of her arm with her bare hands. But the doctor still didn't believe her, so he got a bowl of ice water at -10 degrees Celsius, put both his hand and the girl's hand in the bowl. Half an hour passed, the doctor was freezing, almost needing an amputation, but the girl didn't react at all. Now he believed her. She really couldn't feel pain. The girl said her classmates didn't believe her at first, until they hit her stomach 30 times with a baseball bat. Only then did they believe her. After hearing this, the doctor immediately checked the girl and found massive bleeding inside her stomach. She needed surgery right away. Thanks to the quick surgery, the girl survived. Are you afraid of pain? A serious car accident happened in the city. The driver turned out to be a 7-year-old girl. Firefighters immediately cut her seatbelt, then put a neck brace on her. After checking to make sure she wasn't hurt anywhere else, they lifted her onto a stretcher. At that moment, the people in the back seat were also rescued. One was having trouble walking. The other person reeked of alcohol. Firefighters quickly called the police and arrested both of them. But when the girl on the stretcher saw her parents being arrested, she asked, "Are they?" Then she passed out. Even though the airbag protected most of her, the girl was too small, so she still had some broken bones. She needed to be rushed to the hospital. At that moment, the mother who was arrested suddenly shouted, but if she really loved her child, how could she let her drive alone?
Firefighters arrive at a couple's home. The wife appears to be in pain.
It gets worse when I...
What is that buzzing?
The husband and wife hesitate to explain what happened, so the crew members have her lie down, use a stethoscope to locate the source of the vibration.
The buzzing's coming from inside the house.
The crew notices the lit candles and lingerie in their home, asking what they are doing.
I may have purchased something newfangled to increase her pleasure.
Yeah, like
And then I kind of lost it. That's when the screaming started.
I think it's moved into her bladder.
I'll give her morphine.
She needs to be taken to the hospital to have it removed. Just thinking about explaining the situation to someone again. The wife is more and more embarrassed. The crew reassures them this happens often, but the husband feels some guilt. As the wife is wheeled out, she refuses to speak to him. I'm sure next time they'll remember do not go too far with sex toys.
The woman wakes up from surgery, but... What's going on? The woman immediately calls 911. Firefighters in blue hazmat suits rush to the rescue. They find that all the doctors who performed her plastic surgery are knocked out. Turns out, the woman got plastic surgery to win back her 18-year-old boyfriend, but instead of getting the surgery right, her face ended up falling off.
My face is off! My face is off!
After checking, they find out that nearby construction broke a gas pipe inside the wall, which caused the doctors to pass out. The woman, however, was wearing an oxygen mask during the surgery, so she was saved. Once the leak was found, the firefighters quickly blocked it off. Then they sent the woman to the hospital. But to get plastic surgery for her lover, is that really worth it? The husband gets home and finds his wife acting super nervous. There's even a shirtless guy lying on their bed. But instead of getting mad, the husband shakes the guy's hand, kisses his wife goodbye and leaves. The wife, feeling smug about her understanding husband, suddenly collapses with pain, gets rushed to the hospital. While searching for the cause of her illness, the doctors find out she and her husband have an open marriage. They suspect her private life has caused a cross-infection, so they ask them about all their sex partners. To everyone's surprise, the man says he's never been with anyone else. He only agreed to the open marriage to make his wife happy. Everyone is moved. Only House doesn't buy it.
The only way he'd be okay with that is if he's betraying her in some other way.
The woman's condition takes a sharp turn for the worse. Even after surgery, her symptoms don't improve. Her left kidney shuts down. Her right kidney is on the brink of failure. Dean orders the team to stop the tests because the woman's health insurance hasn't been paid for years. Finally, the husband breaks down and confesses.
I lost all of our savings.
He agreed to the open marriage out of guilt. As all hope seems lost, House notices a bouquet of lilacs in the woman's room. He learns she grows them at home. Suspects a bee sting could have triggered a rare skin condition. He starts examining the woman himself. Finally finds the evidence inside her mouth. With the right treatment, she can fully recover. After seeing their story, would you like to try open marriage?
The girl told them she was learning to drive with her mom, when suddenly, this man ran a red light, causing a crash. Her mom was unconscious. The girl was frantic.
Yes, I'm fine. Just please help my mom.
On the other side, the firefighter found the man who ran the red light. Seeing his pink eyes, he wanted to check him over, but the man suddenly shoved him away.
Get out of my face!
The paramedic reminded him this was considered assault, but the man sneered, threatening him if he touched him again, he'd lose his badge. The paramedic wasn't having it. Since you refused care, I'll leave you to it. Then, she had the officer cuff the man and went back to assist with the rescue. After 666 minutes, the mother and daughter were successfully rescued. But at that moment,
Captain Wilson! I need you over here, he's not breathing!
by the time the firefighter rushed over, the man was already dead. Do you think the paramedic did the right thing? The firefighter couple just wanted to enjoy their honeymoon, but they stumbled into a pirate takeover of the cruise ship. The thug first flirted with the captain.
Lady Captain. Progress. I like it.
Then, he ordered a silver-haired man to stand up. The old man was baffled. Why me? Turns out, the thug was hunting for a dongle, and to make sure he got it, he even tied up the old man's wife.
Lola!
But the old man didn't know the dongle at all. The cop tried to stop the madness, but the thug wasn't having any of it. He shot the old man.
Tell me where you've hidden the dongle.
Don't know.
Just when the old man was about to be killed, out pops a guy. Turns out, the dongle was with him, and he was the old man's wife's secret lover. After a little chat, the man gave up the tablet's password. With a smug grin, the pirate grabbed what he came for and strutted off, leaving the old man on the floor, contemplating 35 years of marriage. All a lie.
This is a cat that can predict death. It lies next to a patient who is stable now. The next day he dies suddenly. Is this really a death cat? The woman comes in for a checkup. She suddenly collapses, start to pass green urine. House thinks she's faking. He takes a strobe light and flashes it in her eyes, saying it will trigger a seizure. Sure enough, she starts shaking. He grabs her hand and rubs it on herself. She finally stops pretending to be sick. House tells her to leave, but she insists.
A cat predicted my death.
House isn't convinced. 1 hour later, the woman returns to the hospital with the cat, so House tests the death cat in the coma ward. The opening scene occurs. The woman who brought the cat to the hospital also showed life-threatening symptoms. The cat shows up in House's office, lying right on his computer. He figured out all of this. A person's body temperature rises before they die. Cats, being sensitive to heat, lie on the warmest person they can find. The cat chose her because she has appendicitis, which explains all her symptoms. If your cat likes to lie down next to you, isn't it time for a body check?
The sister is sleeping. The girl secretly takes her diamond ring and puts it on. As a result, her hand swells up like a pig's trotter's.
Why is this happening?
The teen doctor steps forward to examine her. It's clearly an allergic reaction. She touches the girl's blue finger. Finding she doesn't feel a thing, there's no choice but to cut the ring off. Otherwise, they'll have to amputate her hand.
No, you cannot cut that ring. That is my ring.
The doctor tries to explain the seriousness of the situation, but unexpectedly, the sister completely ignores their sisterly bond.
Can't you just cut the finger off now before that happens?
The captain isn't wasting any more time talking. He grabs the tools and starts cutting the ring.
Wait! Sold it. The buyer's already paid me. A lot.
The girl immediately starts cursing. The doctor tries to mediate, and then splits the removed ring into two, giving one to each girl.
Remember, sharing is caring.
Two high school girls arrive at a hair salon for a haircut.
Back at you today with another fire cut.
The stylist applies a homemade product to her hair, claiming it protects from heat damage. When the stylist touches her, she flinches, knocking the flamethrower from his hand. It lands in a trash can, igniting it. The stylist tries to smother the fire with a towel, accidentally spreading it. Firefighters rush to the scene after a call.
Well, he's the scissors where guy.
I think I figured out where the scissors are.
Over here!
The girl sits in a corner, her face and hands covered in wounds. The fire captain asks if she's burned.
No, it's the water. She's allergic.
You don't see that every day.
As firefighters dry her off to prep for the hospital, the girl's mom bursts in.
You're supposed to be in school.
Sorry, Bob. I just wanted to do something on my own.
It turns out that the girl's mother is very strict with her, so at the persuasion of a friend, they came here without their parents' permission. Mother blames herself.
Maybe this wouldn't have happened if she felt like she could talk to me.
Kids are utterly unpredictable when they're trying to figure out who they are. The best we can do is show up for them when they need us.
This thin man weighs 666 pounds, so obese the nurses can't find his veins. An hour prior, the hospital received the overweight man, who complained of severe stomach pain. It required 10 doctors to transport him to the ward. The doctor lifted the thin man's abdominal skin, revealing a long-standing state of mold and decay. Then, the man's girlfriend hurried into the room, prompting astonished expressions from the medical staff, especially considering their own relationship statuses. As the medical team geared up for further examinations, they faced a new challenge at the doorway. The man's oversized bed hindered by the frame. Despite not having left his bed in a year, the overweight man made a bold decision to challenge himself. This choice triggered deep concern in his girlfriend, but he unexpectedly stood up. The overweight man seized his chance.
I didn't think I could do this.
Oh my God, baby!
Clasping his girlfriend's hand, readying himself for a proposal. However, before he could speak, he stumbled, his slim ankles betraying him. Unexpectedly, he also fractured an ankle. The doctor recommended a CT scan, but his weight exceeded the machine's limit. They resorted to an animal scanner, designed for rhinos. The results disclosed various complications, including a sizable abdominal abscess. The surgery had a 90% failure rate. When the doctor shared this news, the overweight man would rather face death than undergo the procedure. Out of the blue, his girlfriend emerged, disclosing she was expecting, prompting the man to willingly agree to the surgery. It concluded successfully. Post-surgery, he pledged to his partner.
I need to lose the weight.
Would you be willing to marry a man like this?
Two dudes show up at a dump with shovels. They're not here for trash, but searching for a hard drive holds crypto worth $4 million, right when they're about to find it. Firefighters start searching.
LAFD! Can you hear me? LAFD, is it down there?
I got someone here.
Wires sliced his arms and stomach. Firefighters gotta stabilize the frame ASAP to prevent internal bleeding. The guy wakes up.
Hard drive.
Bro, you're literally hanging by a thread. Stop talking about the hard drive. They cut the wires and pull him out. His roommates found too.
Help! Please help!
Hey!
Help! I'm here!
Hey!
Just stuck in very, very hot.
Turns out an underground fire's blazing under him.
Pulling mouth can expose you to more oxygen.
That is a chance we're gonna have to take.
They yank him out. Firefighters blasted with hoses. Roommates saved. Both loaded into ambulances.
I had it in my hand. Let it go, man. No.
The question is $4 million worth dying over?
Women gave birth to 6 babies in 9 minutes. Each of them weighs less than 1 kilogram. Thin and small, Just now, doctors challenge the most difficult cesarean section in history. The eldest is a girl and relatively healthy. The second and third are identical twins. They suffered mild asphyxia at birth and were immediately taken to the ICU shortly after. The fourth was born. His condition is not too good and requires further laboratory tests. The fifth has congenital spinal cord tethering and was immediately taken to the operating room. The sixth requires intrauterine delivery. This rare sextuplet delivery not only took only 9 minutes, but also all deliveries were completed smoothly in one go. Doctors brought all 6 babies to their mother's side. The couple couldn't be happier. With 1/4, 7 billion chance of all 6 surviving. Truly extremely rare.
A $1 billion cruise ship is capsized by a wave, flipped upside down. Everyone is staring at the man on the ceiling. The man is already breathless.
I'm on the ceiling! What am I doing up here?
The lucky old man is tied to the ceiling and escapes the danger. The captain comforts him, assuring that he will be rescued. He arranges for everyone to form a chair formation. With a green ribbon, he climbs up to the ceiling to secure the table. Then, using incredible arm strength, he slowly shifts toward the table. The woman below looks up at him in awe.
Your husband's incredible. Sure the hell is.
The captain doesn't care about showing off. He secures the ribbon, twists the screws, and directly turns the table into an elevator. As the table slowly descends, the old man is finally safely lowered to the chair formation. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief. When the family plan on a trip, the boy is playing games. When they're looking at the sea, he is playing games. When they're taking pictures, the boy is still playing games. Suddenly, a wave hits. The boat is capsized. The family is running for their lives. But the boy, wearing headphones, is completely unaware, still playing his game. By the time he comes to his senses,
Mom?
when the captain finds the boy, he's trembling in fear, but he refuses to go with the captain because his mom taught him not to talk to strangers. The captain is speechless. Your mom told you to stop playing games. Why didn't you listen? After some persuasion, the boy finally agrees to go with him. The captain starts helping the boy climb up the ship, but they encounter a valve, and the captain can't seem to open it no matter how hard he twists. Just as they're about to lose hope, the valve opens. It's the rescue team arriving to help. The two of them are saved.
Thank you for watching till the end. Creating videos isn't easy. If you enjoyed this one, feel free to give us a super thanks. We'll work hard to bring you more interesting videos.